And even now, everyone I've said it to since has gone,
my sister, my brother, my
exactly,
mother, my
yeah,
father,
exactly.
everywhere.
Everyone has someone
It's everywhere.
that they can relate to, yeah.
And the reason it's everywhere, man, is because we've repressed it for so long. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Generations have ignored it. Families have been ripped apart by it, literally ripped asunder, because people couldn't stand up and go, do you know what, fuck, there's something not fucking right with me.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
There's been families that have been generationally torn apart because somebody couldn't stand up and say, I have an issue with my mental health.
Yeah, but you'd walk in and say, I have a sore leg, or I have a sore arm, or
that's how ridiculous it is.
sore neck, yeah.
You know, and I think the issue, I suppose, in Ireland is that what's happening now is a lot of people are now willing to talk, and that's brilliant. And there's been a brilliant conversation. Discussions are being had in lots of households that weren't being had 3 years ago, that everyone listening and watching this has a responsibility to do something. And don't watch it and go, it's great they're talking about it, but it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Stop being an idiot. Like, genuinely, and I hope it doesn't affect people watching this. I hope they have those, you know, very happy lives. And
But
that's
at least
brilliant.
they're aware then in
Be
case.
aware this could be people around you. Be
Yeah.
aware that it can introduce itself into your life sometimes. You might lose someone you love, not quite being able to cope with the grief of it. It might overwhelm you. You might have an issue in work and you mightn't think you've ever struggled before, and all of a sudden. So don't write it off. And as I said, anyone that's listening to this should prehab their mind.
Yeah.
Condition their mind. So when this stuff does undoubtedly happen, they're just better able to cope with it. And it doesn't become overwhelming. And it could start with something as simple as, I'm not sleeping well. And if you're not sleeping well, you know, that's the kryptonite for your head.
Yeah.
Your head starts, it's a vicious circle. You don't sleep well, you start panicking, getting low, and then when you get low and panicking, you can't sleep at all because you're panicking all the time.
Yeah, and then you're exhausted.
And then you're not sleeping, and then it's just a vicious circle. So recognise that and catch it. Don't let it spiral.
And break the circle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. It's obviously deeply complex. There's people out there with many different forms of issues, but we're not here to solve issues. We're here to kind of say to people that are maybe at any capacity, and also to change our culture, and that if somebody is very seriously unwell and struggling with something, that they don't feel so isolated and alone, and they get the adequate care and they're looked after properly. So this is everybody's conversation, from people with, mild, moderate levels of anxiety to people with severe schizophrenia. We have to change our culture and our attitudes towards mental health at every level.
Yeah.
So, in the same way some people get very physically sick, very unwell. Some people die from serious diseases. Some people just get colds.
Yeah.
It's the same at mental health. Some people have some, issues. Some people have very serious issues.
Yeah.
I think if we can create a culture where, for example, if you've got terminal cancer, there's nothing but empathy given to you. Your people really want to comfort you and help you and support you and your family. But if you have a very serious mental health issue, people in Ireland go, oh my God, what do I say?
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Cry or break down.
These people offer empathy, offer support. Maybe you don't fully understand it, but that's, for me, I think that's the culture that we need to try and promote in Ireland. That the most vulnerable are the most supported mentally or physically. And I think physically in Ireland, as I said, we have nothing but sympathy and empathy for people who are physically sick. Yeah. But nothing but judgment often, and stigmatise to people who are mentally unwell.
Yeah, and that's, even recently when I've been telling people, I say, you tell them and people go, oh, and there's this awkward silence. And I just
it's not their fault either.
No, exactly. It's like, I don't mean to drop this on you all at once, but just, like, it's grand, there's no big problem. If you have any questions, ask me. Try this, that or the other.
People are very uncomfortable with other people's pain. And that's the reality. If, you walk up to someone and say, I'm not okay.
Yeah, especially if it's a pain they can't relate to.
You can't relate to, or they can't see. They're uncomfortable with that. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to develop that conversation. And that's nobody's fault. Yeah. That's because for years and years we've not even spoken about it. And most people, to be fair, when you tell them, will be massively kind to you. Yeah. And will accept and understand.